I don't like how you talk. I don't like how you comb your hair. I don't like how you dress up. Now, these things can even change, but if you find yourself constantly not liking anything, I don't like how you chew. Hey y'all, Bisi here. You're listening or watching the Legit Podcast. Do me a solid, and if you've been shacking up with the podcast but you haven't committed, well then, hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube or listening on Apple Podcasts. Now today I'm going to answer a question that somebody asked, and I felt like it may be a question that a bunch of people are asking. And so the question is, Bisi, how do I know if I really like this person? Now, I do want to say that it does stem from how well you know yourself and what you want in a man and what you want for the future. So, but we are going to talk about a bunch of things that would help give clarity as to if you like somebody or if you like the attention. The first question I want to pose is, do you know this person at all? Now, while it does take a lifetime, literally, to know somebody, because we do grow and evolve, but where they're at now, do you know them? Do you know what they value, their morals, what they're interested in, what they like, what they do not like? Do you guys even have any shared interests and values? And if you think about liking somebody, you just like them. You don't like them because of physical things or tangible things. You just like their personality. You find their personality attractive and you're drawn to them. Another thing I want us to do is actually list down the things that you like about this person. There is something about putting pen to paper and handwriting things, because you and your brain is forced to actually stop and think and go in depth about what it is that you're writing. So when whatever list that does come out of it, weigh it. Is it more physical or tangible things or what they bring to the table, or is it more personality wise and who they are as a person that you like? And if it's more physical, like buff ting, they're buff, or you just like their physical and what they bring to the table. Maybe they give you gifts, or maybe they're constantly love bombing you with gifts and things like that. Well, then I think it's safe to say then you don't really have grounds for liking this person. Also, external forces can influence how you make your decisions. And so if friends and family are saying, wow, y'all look cute, or I think this person will be great for you, or you should talk to this person, or they like you, what happens is there's something called the reticular activating system in our brains. And just like how when you set an intention to buy a car, or you have bought a car, like, I want a Mercedes. You go on the street and all you see is Mercedes. That's because your brain matches that energy, or one thing that you keep thinking about. And back home, there was something that we called chew and pour. It was a funny term that we used for before we take an exam. Instead of studying to actually understand what the topic is about, we're studying like maybe the night before or hours before the test. That's just ingesting as much information as we can. So chewing, cramming, and then going to pour out that into the exam. And so what happens is, as soon as your brain sees something that matches something that you read, you don't even understand what's going on, but you're able to match that up. And that's how our brains work. And so external forces can actually influence how we make our decisions. Another thing to think about is, are you over your ex? Because that can be a way of you filling a void. And I'm just going to leave it as that. The next thing I want us to think about is, how do you act around this person? Are you legit able to be yourself, your legit self, around this person? Are you free around this person? Do you have to become somebody different or act different so they would like you? If that's the case, then that ain't it. Another question is, if all factors were off the table in a perfect world, if feelings were off the table, if friends and family and age was off the table, if anything physical outside was off the table, is this who you really want to be with long term? Statistics have shown that women tend to marry potential, who they see a man becoming. And while loving somebody for who you see them becoming, there's nothing wrong with that. What you don't want to do is make a decision based on that. Make a decision to be with them based on that. You have to love them in their now. Do you love who they are now? Do you love who they are, period, right now in this moment? Do you love who they are and who they can be? If you think about it, God loves us. God always loves us in our now and grows us and evolves us into who we are supposed to become. And so if it is solely based on who they have the potential becoming, then you probably like the idea of this person and not the person in their now, in their current moment. Another thing to think about is, are you constantly frustrated with this person? Now, there are times where, man, I didn't like what you did, or like, not that, like constantly, I don't like how you talk. I don't like how you comb your hair. I don't like how you dress up. Now, these things can even change, but if you find yourself constantly not liking anything, I don't like how you chew. I'm sorry, but like, it's out there. Like, what are we doing then? You don't like the person, period. Another thing, and the last two things I want to think about, I think is super important, and is maybe you love being in love. You love love, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're loving beings. God is love. God made us to love. Now, somebody said this to me, that marriage is an institution where God's love is the highest form of us expressing or being able to express God's love. However, we get it wrong all the time. And, you know, we're loving beings. God made us to love. But I do want to say that the best way to know how to love is by going back to the source, the one who did create you, the one who knows more about you and about this other person than you even know. Guys, I did not know how to love. I did not know what love it was or is. I thought I did, but I didn't. And, you know, I'm the guinea pig. That's fine, the young guinea pig. You know, there's a saying that goes, wise people learn from their mistakes, but wiser people learn from other people's mistakes. And so when I come here, I'm actually here to give value. I actually do want to help. A broken relationship is better than a called off engagement. A called off engagement is better than a called off wedding. A called off wedding is better than divorce. Like, all these things are hard. Like, think about a broken up, like when you break up, it's hard. Divorce is at the end of the spectrum. It's hard. So I am truly and genuinely here to help you not choose that hard, the divorce hard, the last hard. So yeah, and the last thing I want us to also think about is, can you see yourself being friends with them in general? Take off the fact that take off the whole romance, the fact that they're your partner or you see them as a partner. If you think about friendship, do you genuinely love spending time with them? Can you talk hours on end? Can you laugh? Can you talk about real things, deep things? Can you be just friends with this person? Now, Lisa Nicole said this, that your story is only yours when you're going through it. After that, it's for you to help somebody get through theirs. And so I am truly here to just give value and help where I can. And so if maybe this may not be for you, but you know somebody that this may help, please share it with them and be sure to connect with me. And if anybody has a question, it does help me provide relevant content. And so you can DM me on Instagram or email info@thelegityou.com. But until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.